So, guys, this is Tyler again. It's a pleasure to have him and to have him sing him like this, right? So we met 6 years ago, seven around,
Probably.
and yeah, and he with him I learned a little things of heart math, which it was amazing, and I keep that in my heart, and I would like him to express whatever he's open to share with us today. So go ahead, Tyler.
Thank you so much, Monica. Um, part of what I'm going to get into is going to be how Monica and I met, and that's going to be because of the heart. Um, it's divinely aligned, and everything kind of has come together in the ways that they need to. But a lot of things I want to touch on. One specifically that's really hitting me currently is the just our need for like seriousness and needing to mentally know what we're doing and how we're doing it and getting it structured just right and making it this specific thing. And so many people I see caught in that spiral of just perfection. And I believe it's an illusion. Um, and so much of the awareness and understanding is truly just coming back into ourselves and settling, being able to listen to ourselves. So I'm just going to give you a little bit about me. Years ago, I was in a terrible car accident. I had severe brain trauma. I was in a coma. I couldn't walk. I had about a 5 second memory. um, I completely had to rebuild myself. Prior to that, I had basically a photographic memory. Everything was mental for me, and I could navigate life very easily in that direction. When that was taken and lost, which was a huge, at this point, like just such a beautiful thing that has happened because it's led me into a whole nother aspect of life, to be able to live life in another way. And in doing that, I have gotten so much more connected with my heart. And our heart has a brain within it. It thinks for itself, it remembers. Um, our heart creates the largest electromagnetic field of any of our organs, 60 times greater than that of the brain. And so that heart field is outside of us, many feet outside of us. Um, and it's feeling and communicating to us consistently and constantly. It's something that I've noticed in today's day and age in society, the way that life is run today. Most of us have lost touch with our hearts, have lost touch with that intuition, that signal and language that is coming through the heart like all the time. So what I've had to do since that accident, I had to relearn everything. I was in college when it happened. And by the end of college, I got on the dean's list and I was able to finish and go through. I was put on all sorts of pharmaceutical medicine. It messed up my internals, but it also helped me to move through college. And when I was able to go through that process, I started to learn there are other ways than Western medicine, and I fell into Eastern medicine, where I started to practice in Qigong and getting my master's in medical Qigong, understanding life force energy, how to create vitality within the body, how to release some of this heaviness that we hold on to all the time. We're energetic systems that are continuously taking on other people's stuff and giving our stuff away to other people. And it's subtle at first. And so many of us are just not even aware of it, that we're holding on to so much baggage. Um, and the way that I've found that has been just really helpful for me, and it's not the only way, I don't believe, but getting into the heart, really becoming centered, slowing down, allowing that awareness, that guidance, that synchronistic flow of every day to guide us. We have the intelligence within us, and it's always active, it's always alive. It's not something we have to do or create or fix. It just naturally comes through us, and we have that insight to move in that direction. Hey there.
Welcome, Pabla.
um,
Hello,
and
everyone.
so getting into the heart, I mean, essentially what it all comes down to, for anything that I'm finding, is presence. And so many of us have heard this before, and but it's truly coming to that present moment, listening, allowing. And as we continue to do that, the guidance is there. I've had to do this for 15, 16, 17 years now. And so my heart leads me everywhere I go. It's brought me on many journeys, but it's through intuitive guidance. It's through understanding. It's not through something I thought out. There's no way I could have put myself where I am right now by thinking about it. 0% chance. And we all have that. And it's a daily practice of getting in to slow down, to meet ourselves, to feel from the heart. And so one of the reasons I'm here also talking about it is I am a trainer through HeartMath, the HeartMath Institute, and they've done studies with the heart-brain connection for the past over 30 years. Lots of peer-reviewed science, which I needed initially because I'm not sure if everybody here, but myself, I was very left-brained, and I needed to see the science to understand what is happening. And then once I started to actually embody it and live it, I didn't need the science. I don't need peer reviewed studies. It comes from me and for me. And I watch as life just unfolds in, yeah, beautiful, beautiful ways. But it is in stillness, it is in calming the self. Our mind, we have 30, the leading experts say we have 30 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And so having 30 to 70,000 thoughts a day, most of those are unconscious. Most of those are built from our childhood. They're built from patterns of safety, survival, how to get love, how to get acceptance. These things are governing us, and that's okay. They're all there for us, and it's perfect. And also, it's an opportunity for us to be able to meet ourselves in a new way, to be able to, because our true self has never left. We have all built layers, and myself included, built layers and layers and layers on top to be able to survive in this life. There's a lot of challenges. This life is very difficult, but it's also very beautiful. And so much of it is us being able to meet ourselves, to settle into ourselves. So I want to give the story real quick of how I met Monica, and then I'll guide us into getting into our hearts. But this is just an example of, like, it's not logical. It just can't. It just isn't logical. But how I met Monica. I was living in Delray Beach at the time, near her, and I had just I was really getting into my heart at that particular time, working out, just doing different things that were cultivating, just cultivating myself. And the one particular day, I was at home and I wanted to work out. That was all I wanted to do. That's my I just wanted to work out. But I had there's a voice that comes through, and this voice, it comes through from my heart. I don't know how else to describe it, but I know it certainly 100%. It's always accurate. And that voice just kept telling me, you need to go to the beach. And I didn't want to go to the beach. I wanted to work out, but that voice was insistent, you need to go to the beach. And I finally submitted, and I said, I'm going to go to the beach. So I went to the beach, Walked out the Delray. I don't know if anybody's there, but it was the right at the main point where they all, everybody walks in pretty much right there. And I had one of those passes for the blue the little canopy
Umbrellas.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
umbrella you can sit under. And the beach was packed. It was packed with people. And I walked out there, and sure enough, the first umbrella was available. Everything else was taken. So I just sat down under that umbrella and I just asked the universe, all right, I'm here. Why am I here? And within moments, there was a woman that was right across from me. Her name's Barbara. And so we started up a conversation and started talking. Essentially, I'll just to go through it a little bit quicker. She told me she was going to take her life. Um, she had all the means on her right there, and she was going to take her life. And in that moment, it wasn't a moment of like, oh, what can I do? How can I help her? How can I fix anything? It was, I'm meant to be here. And so I allowed my heart, I allowed the guidance to come through me, because opening this channel up allows us to speak in a way that it isn't of the mind. It is something that just comes through naturally. And so I sat with Barbara for about 3 hours. Um, and she talked about all the things that were going on in her life and what was happening. And I witnessed her and I watched her, and just love, just acceptance of who she is, and allowed her to go through what she needed to go through. And I was able to bring different perspectives, things that came through for me. And by the end, she was much happier, and clear of what she had put herself into. Um, she likes to do poetry, and she started sharing poetry with me and different things along the way. She was an owner of a marketing firm, and um, and so the next day, I had kind of a breakdown, as we all can, and I felt just hopeless and absolutely depleted. I had no idea where I was going to go, what I was going to do. I was trying to create something, and I had no idea how to do it. And so I asked God. It was the first time I had ever asked God for something, and I gave a few different things along the line that I was asking for, and I wanted to be of service, and speaking from my heart, and sharing this sort of thing with people. And it was maybe 10 minutes later, I got a text from Barbara, and she messaged me and said, "Hey, I was at a luncheon, and I met somebody that I think you would really like to meet." And sure enough, it was Monica, and it was we had tea at the tea house there. I don't think it's there anymore, but I always wanted to go there, and it was just really, really nice how it came together. We talked about our different paths, what our passions were, what we wanted to bring into this life, and what we could feel in this life. And it was just divinely aligned. It was perfectly put together. And so we began to start. She included me in on her business that she had already began to start, and she offered and helped me in the ways that I didn't know what to do, the things that I asked for. Monica had all of those available. She knew the ways to start things that I was held up in, and it was just perfect. Um, and so that started that way, and also in that time I ended up meeting somebody, and it brought me out here to New Mexico, and a whole other circle of events.
And his life changes. It was a direction. It was magical. And I want to share something with like, I'm sorry to interrupt, Tyler, but I remember where we met. Some things that didn't I was also trying to promote my business and getting into these meetings. That's where I met Barbara, and she led me to Tyler. But while we were taking that tea, we were sitting in that area. It was beautiful. There was a sign right next to us, and it says, like, just trust. And it was like just exactly the message that we needed at the moment. But we met at that place where I was asking to expand and to meet people, and he was asking for questions and answers. And that was our answer. It was just trust. The path is there. It's just connect with this and trust. So we agreed to the message, and literally we took our path, right? He took his path at the moment, his call, and my own path as well, because I had also the relationship with the Rodrigo, my husband, the kids. It just magical. So we truly believe that if you connect with your heart and you let you go, and sometimes it's hard for me, to be honest. That's why Tyler is here, because he is a master of that. He's like, okay, what is it today that is gonna happen? And I have all this structure behind. So when I really wanted to let go and remember, he's in my mind. He's like, remember, Tyler, meet yourself where you are. And that is a phrase of him. And he told Alan as well, it's just meeting yourself where you are. So could you explain a little bit more about that, Tyler, before we do the exercise? I love that phrase. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I mean it's such a helpful one because it's in every moment, regardless of where we're feeling, we're conjuring up that we're in struggle or challenge or if we're in ecstasy and bliss, like regardless, being able to meet ourselves in that moment, to meet ourselves exactly where we are, to realize that yeah, this is all that there is, and to be able to center ourselves, to be able to slow down, to be able to breathe, to be able to access the body, the heart, or the body, it really helps us to just come back, to be able to be more clear. You've probably you've probably seen different things or heard different things where some people, I think they had a gorilla that walked through a gym, like they dressed up in a big, not a real gorilla, but a person dressed up in a gorilla and walked through this gym, and most people didn't even see the gorilla. They're so caught up in their internal stories and whatever they're doing that they're not aware. Our awareness, like where is our awareness? And so when we come back to the present moment, meeting myself where I am right now, where is my awareness? What am I focused on? Can I hear things out here? Am I only in here? We get so condensed sometimes, and that's okay. All of this is showing us and leading us to ourselves. All of it's beautiful. There's no judgment. It's just coming back to surrender, coming back to being able to witness, yeah, what is here now. Not having to get caught up in just our inner chaos that we all can get caught into. And the more that we can find that space of serenity in ourselves, just to find ease and calm in our day, we access that so much more throughout our day. There is a language of the universe that is communicating with us all the time. And if we're stuck in our head, and if we're trying to figure everything out, most times we're missing that synchronistic flow, that naturalness of being that is just here and it's available for us all the time. Um, it's yeah, it's beautiful. It's but for me, so getting into the heart, and I had said earlier, the heart creates our largest electromagnetic field, right? So that is outside of our body. We are taking in information from other people and we're giving out information all the time. And when we start to understand, we start to learn that communication, because it will it will atrophy. And I think most people in today's day and age, it has atrophied. And so we aren't even aware of the signal that we're receiving. But once we start to understand the language, we start to realize the information that's coming to us. We start to understand what the universe is communicating to us, what life is communicating to us. Um, and you can use all sorts of different words. I'm not trying to paint it in one particular way, but we receive information and we give out information. And the more that we're able to understand the language, the better off our guidance is going to be. The better off we know where to go, or to make a move, to to act, but act from a centered space, not because we need to, because if I don't do this, this will happen. No, we're acting from the space that is centered and aligned. And in that aligned space, all magic begins to unfold.
So let's
um,
let's do the exercise.
yeah.
What do you have for us?
Well, it's the so the exercise. I'm going to get into this one here, and it's just, I mean, it's super simple, and that sometimes I think takes away from it if we want to do all these things, get extra, have all this stuff happen, but being able to just connect with our heart. I mean, how many of us know where our different organs are in our body? How many of us ever connect with our organs in our body? Ever smile into our organs or give them recognition for the all the work that they do, for all the years of service that they've offered to us? How much are we how much are we doing that? How much can that make an effect for ourselves, for our internals and for our externals? Um, so with this one, just connecting with the heart. And so the heart, I think, is the seat of wisdom, divinity, God, light, whatever you want to say. The heart is an access point, and it's a very powerful one. And also, just so we know, the heart shares 95% of the information to the brain, not the other way around. So the heart is very, very powerful in communicating with the brain, with the autonomic nervous system, with everything that's going on inside, for regulating our nervous system, for creating more ease and just naturalness within ourselves. When everything is in proper communication, the body just takes care of it. It heals what needs to be healed. So uh, the best way, though, that I've found is actually have your hand on your heart or chest area, just because it allows us to be able to be in that space. We don't lose focus as much. It's right there. And so we'll do about 3 minutes. All right. We just want to settle, calm down. If you're already yawning, see, that's good. Already regulating the system. Um, and so the body knows, and that's the thing. The body is always it's ahead of us. So what we're going to do is have the hand on the heart. I'm going to say it first. Hand on the heart. We're going to breathe in a little bit slower than normal, about 4 or 5 seconds, and we'll breathe out a little longer than that, about 6 to 8 seconds on that out breath. And what we want to do is we want to imagine that breath coming down into our heart and then breathing out from our heart. Um, and it's just real natural, always with the focus on the heart. We get thoughts, if we have anything else come up, it's always just the heart is the focus. Just come right back, gently back to the heart, breathing into it and out from it. So we'll go ahead and just take about 3 minutes. I want you to just take a nice breath in, nice breath out. Staying with your feeling. Find the rhythm that's good for you. Nice and easy in. Nice and easy out. You find your mind drifting, that's okay. Just coming right back to the heart. And so it's it's interesting in today's day and age, we have so much information, so much we can access and understand and learn. But learning and being just in the head takes us away from what we are, takes us away from the intelligence of the body, which is here in the now, which is here in this moment, continually being able to be grateful. Good timing, Monica. um, and being able to truly be grateful, to really think about the things that we have, the house or the car or clothes or running water, an able body. We have so many things to be grateful for. We don't need to run. We need to settle, allow ourselves to settle, allow ourselves to be able to feel that guidance within ourselves. In any situation, we can meet ourselves. And so let's do another one here that'll give the mind something to do as well in this. So once again, we'll have the hand on the heart, allowing ourselves to feel from that space. We really want to tap into our body, allow ourselves to actually stop. And as we're in that, we're going to breathe into the heart, breathe out from the heart. I just want you to repeat, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those words have vibration, they have power, and they have meaning to all of your cells, 100 trillion cells inside of you. Take note of how you feel before and after. Breathing into your heart, saying thank you, thank you, thank you, and breathing out, repeating the same thank you, thank you, thank you, just internally inside of yourself. Don't repeat thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. I am curious, um, because it can feel challenging to slow down, especially if we're used to to go and go and going. And this can feel almost like, what am I doing? Why am I even doing this? Um, and that's okay too. Like that's the signal. That's, somebody that doing the work is the most important thing. We can get excited about going to the gym. We can go there and we can look at all the machines. We can get real excited about how we're going to get shape and feel good. Um, but it's really when we do the work. And so yeah, I'm curious as to like if anybody wants to share like what it felt like. Go ahead, Monica.
So first of all, thank you for that. But I want to share first the learning that I had for you, and it repeats today here. And it's with me. It's been with me since we did this exercise. We did it that day when we met, and when we were doing this exercise to go to the heart, you kind of guide me to the gratitude feeling, which everybody and in my culture and from the Mexican speaking the Latin, right? And I'm a Mexican. They have to. You have to say thank you, right? Gracias for. It's a have to. It's not like a feeling that you need to feel like. Oh no, I was raised like you have to say thank you because you're. So I learned to say thank you for from the boys because I had to. But at that moment, when you brought me to the heart and then we met the gratitude from, oh my God, thank you for this, it opens me up. Like I realized that it was not just a word to say thank you for something, it was just a feeling of really feeling grateful for. So for that moment is I started to change, and today it happened something so silly. So I was doing that, so I was repeating in Spanish, gracias, gracias, gracias. And when I was just doing it, my body was like, whoo, 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 like going down, like relaxing, gracias, gracias, gracias. And I realized that the feeling of, wow, like I felt like I had a gift. Every time that I said thank you or gracias in Spanish, I felt like, oh my gosh, every time that I said something, I feel that I'm getting something. Like this is all the gifts that I have. Is when you receive a big gift that you don't expect, right? So, oh, gracias, that was the feeling every time that I repeat the word. So, thank you for that awareness because it was really cute. It was nice to feel. And then I started doing it in English and in Spanish, playing around with the words and see what there was a difference. And it was not difference at the end, but at the beginning it was like, woo, woo, the body down. So thank you for that awareness. I'm gonna practice that more. I love it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's such a beautiful way to meet ourselves. Yeah,
Maya said felt very relaxed with the exercise. Oh, that too. Really, it really being present is amazing. I with my last teacher Alexandra, she was super present too, and you are also the one person that exercised that, and it's so important to have clarity, and it's amazing. So thank you for that, Tyler. Thank you, thank you.
yeah.
Anybody else, Andy? How do you feel? Hot.
Oh,
Yes, it's
beautiful.
very, very, very hot here in Barcelona today, and I didn't put the air conditioner, so I have this, and I'm half sleeping here because with a nice meditation, and it's nice to think about. I've done this of feeling, or actually I do it normally. This of feeling the air go to the body, but I never thought about doing it to the heart. So it was a first time for me, and it's a nice feeling. I was very relaxed. Almost I had to fight not to get to sleep. I thought myself like somebody that begins with a T. I was feeling like that, and it was a very nice meditation. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Liliana said there, my energy feel open up so nicely. And Mayela, feeling the gratitude in my body is wonderful now. Nice. Any comment, Alan? No comment?
Alan's just having a good time. Um, that's beautiful. Thank you for everybody that shared. I really appreciate it. You know, it's and we all feel things differently. But giving ourselves gratitude, you know, giving ourselves that thanks, just to sit and resonate in that, to immerse ourselves in gratitude is so powerful. And that does it creates a different energy field of what we're feeling, what we're emitting, what we're going to allow or connect into our lives. Um, and for people that are into manifestation, all good. That's all right. Thank you though for saying something. Um, yeah, for people that are into manifestation, that's what you want to do is manifest things and create things. I used to do this a lot with the heart because the heart is I've found to be just so helpful and powerful to create whatever we want, and also gratitude. But now I allow the universe and the synchronistic flow of life to guide me, and it does consistently and constantly. Um, the heart and just sitting in that, like we did that for just a couple minutes. But if you can start your day and you can breathe into your heart and just start with gratitude, you can end your night when you go to sleep, you know, just to sit there in your heart and sit in gratitude. Allow yourself just to feel that, immerse your whole body in that. There's unconscious patternings that are going in there. And so if we want to biohack the system, you know, we can be able to teach ourselves gratitude, that gratitude is safety, that we're allowed to feel safe, we're allowed to feel grateful. And the more that we feel grateful, the more that we're going to find things to be grateful for. Life will just start to show them to us. It'll just start happening. Um, Guaranteed. It just starts happening. And it's really our energy field, the field that we consistently are in or more often stepping into. It starts to mirror us. Life is always mirroring us. And so the more that we're able to access these points inside of ourselves, um, yeah, it naturally comes right back. But it always is. It's stopping. It's being present. And the mind is so good at wanting to run, so good to be onto something else. Fix this, do that. And it's always that call. If we're feeling erratic, if we're feeling just chaotic inside, stop. It's all it's telling us. We need to stop. We need to slow down. And we can breathe into our heart. We can do gratitude. We can just breathe peace. We can breathe safety. We can radiate that throughout our body. But it's in slowing down, it's in meeting ourselves. And yeah, in doing that, we create a whole different energy field, a whole different state of being, um, and a whole different life.
Any questions, comments, guys?
Good timing.
Like always, you're like always. Yeah. Lily, are you done with your Chinese food? What was it? Soup? I don't know if it's Eneida. Are you there? Mm. I
If
particularly
anybody,
I particularly like this exercise, and every time that I really practice it brings me down to earth, literally, like we were talking in the chat, and in right, it's like going, this urge of move, because everybody teaches you to move, you know. I grew up in communities that way. I was at like a non-school where everybody needs to be aligned, clean, come on, move, move, move. You gotta work, work, work all day. and it is really hard for me to stop. It feel at the beginning it was just I felt so guilty just stopping, and I remember Alexander, my friend, my teacher, also is like, you gotta pause. Are you tired? Go and take a nap. And I'm like, no, how can I take a nap? It's in the middle of the day. What are you talking about? I have so much stuff to do. And then I realized I felt guilty of taking naps, of even when I was exhausted and I wanted to just relax. Even when I was in the couch trying to relax, I felt bad. I was not enjoying it. It was crazy. Now I can just stop, like get into my couch, take a nap, go outside, go to the pool. And it's small breaks. You don't have to do a long breaks as long as, at least I do it. I'm trying to, train me, biohacking myself in that regards. And it's helping. Yeah, Alan can tell that sometimes it doesn't work that much, but try.
Yeah. And we're always just continuing to learn, and that idea of like laziness, that's just rest judged. We're just judging ourselves. And if we're allowed to rest, and we've now allowed it because maybe we've done enough, it's just we're not judging ourselves. It's just mentally how we determine what something means. And so much of that, as you're saying, Monica, is from our upbringing. And like we're not human doings, we're human beings, and we have to be. And being able to take time to be accesses so much more of what's inside of us, what we truly are. And that brings more of us to the table in anything that we're trying to do, any endeavor, anything that we're trying to show up as. Um, it's absolutely vital. We're not just mental constructs trying to fix things together. When we allow ourselves to use the intelligence of the body to be a guide as well, life can transform in just such magical ways. We'll know the right people that we're supposed to work with. We'll know that maybe I shouldn't work with that person. I can feel that it's not right. Even though it might make sense mentally to work with that person, something inside says no. And if we have that guidance, we'll figure out exactly why we weren't supposed to. Or we can choose to work with them and we'll learn that too. But it's always here for us all the time.
And the message in the body is crazy. How we start listening to our bodies and how it's directing us to where we needed to go, right? It's incredible, amazing. I love it. For talk about an experience that I had to go back to the body in this regards. I had family constellations with the Nate. The Nate is here. And that day I was just so heavy and I didn't feel like going. I was just like, I have to drive an hour to Miami and I'm gonna do that. And then I felt my body super heavy and so I was about to cancel that event. And I said, no, you know what? I feel tired. I don't know is happening to me. So I came back to the body and said, okay, let me ask my body, what is going on? Is this for me? And my body said, yes. Immediately said, it's light. This is for you. You need to go. It's just a heaviness of energy that it was happening. We're doing an event that where this guy was asking for this family constellations and he was in trouble. He was feeling this, I don't want to open that much, but feeling that he wanted to die or it was just really heavy stuff. And the need for me to be there, it was meant to be. It was just my body telling me something and I misjudged it. And I was like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to go. But at the moment that I came back, all the heaviness let go, and then I'm like, I knew why I was doing and why I was moving over there. So I drove, and it was clear. It was amazing. It was a great event. But just meeting the body is like, what is it that the bodies tell me? It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
super good.
And
Yeah.
it's a constant practice, and like that story right there, just learning that the body does have intelligence and it does communicate to us and we can't ask it. And we start to understand what that voice is that's coming from here, not and it's just this intuitive guidance that we have. It can lead us in such beautiful ways that we can understand things that we couldn't understand. And it takes us right to where we need to be.
I have a question and something related to the knees because here in this system we have a knee situation, not just one person. It's like four of us, and because I know them like in a different ways, including me. I mean, my knee is fine, but sometimes it hurts. So, what do you recommend? Like, if we had any circumstance like you went through this process of surgery and all this, when the body has something, in this case it was a surgery or it was an injury, what do you recommend related to that, Tyler, that you did that it worked for you?
Well, for me, I mean, I've never had a knee surgery or anything like that.
No, but you had the body thing, remember when you were in the mountains and so many things.
I
It was
I
not just
I, I,
a knee, you know.
I injure myself often. I do. Um, well, the biggest thing that I usually take from it, and so much of the time when I injure myself, and I know I've said this to Alan as well, is the body's communicating to us. And when I've been injured, it's desperately telling me that I need to stop. And I need to stop and listen. And that's the last thing I want to do sometimes. That's the last thing so many of us want to do sometimes. We want to keep going. We want to stay active. We want to keep our mind, whatever it is, keep distracted. But it's slowing down. The body's saying you need to stop. It's hurting. And being able to stop, um, it allows that wisdom to come through, that understanding to come through. Whatever it is that we need to learn through this, our body is telling us right now we need to settle. And so as we begin to settle, we get to a new awareness, a new understanding. And it's not something, I guess, that's probably going to heal your knee right off the bat. I'm not telling you anything on that, but so much of what it is, like that healing, I feel fully is much more possible once we've actually begin to stop and listen to what's going on, because there is intelligence within us, and that intelligence is asking for our attention, and our attention and awareness are two of the most important things that we could really focus on.
Thank you, Andy. I'm sorry to interrupt Tyler. She's leaving now, but thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you, Andy. Get cool. Get out of that heat.
Yeah, to the pool or water, a cold shower.
Yeah.
Take care. Thank you for
Pleasure
being
seeing you.
here.
Thank you.
Lily said the body whispers and then it screams, and that I'm totally agree with that.
Right.
That's, when I play pickleball, and that's really strong for the body, and I love to play pickleball, but sometimes when I feel that I have to stop because sometimes my hip or something hurt and I didn't know why, and I'm like, what is this? It's just my body. So next day I'm like, okay, I'm not going to play, or I'm not doing that much in the gym. Instead, just the sauna and just relax in the massage or something that my body it can help. It helps that screaming that it becomes the whisper, it becomes the scream. So that's true, Lily.
It so is, and it usually does. It'll give us a little like it'll tell us beforehand. I've noticed in my life that it'll tell us beforehand, and a lot of times I don't listen, and then it screams, and it'll really let you know, and then you have to stop. Um, and yeah, it's just there's so many different aspects to us that are alive and communicating and that are here. But yeah, I am grateful to be here. I don't know if everybody's even here or not. I know Monica
They
and
are, Lilis,
Mark, I
they are
appreciate it.
there. And
Yeah.
Neida, ¿quieres hablar algo? Aunque sea, yo te lo traduzco. She's a little shy about, well, she was driving, I believe. I don't know what she was doing.
Hola,
I
Tiger. Thank
hola.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Necesitaba un poquito de respiración.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
I hope everybody gained some things from this though, and just knows to just to come back into themselves and to be able to settle, to find gratitude within themselves, to feel their body, to find presence. We have this awareness and guidance, and it's available for us always, available for you always. And it's just, yeah, being able to stop and getting those reminders, continuing to do it.
Thank you.
thank
Mónica, le quisiera preguntar algo a Tyler o a ti. Normalmente él hace reuniones o tiene paquetes de respiración.
Okay, so Eneida is asking if you have events or meetings or you have a package for breathing. So that's the question.
No, I don't have any of those things.
But
I do.
we can create
We
it.
can, yeah, we can
Yes.
create it. Yeah. And so I'm looking to get more into that, and also just, yeah, working with more clients and working with more people just to get into our hearts. It's something that I've found that it's we do need those reminders again and again and again, to continue to stop, to continue to slow down, because it's yeah, it's just absolutely important. But we can do that, Monica. That would be great to set up some things and to just be able to access the heart more
So
often.
this is the way. I mean, if you wanted to choose one day, like in the calendar, like it could be one per month, we can set it up so we can meet all and do like an exercise. And it doesn't have to be a long hour, like just meet and do the exercise and keep going with our lives. It's up to you, but you can start here and then probably we can keep going. Thank you, Magella. Thank
Yeah, that's
you.
a pleasure.
Yeah, she's leaving too. So thank you for coming. So if you want me, let me stop the recording.
Yeah.
I'm gonna